Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Brought to you by OnPay. Built in Atlanta, OnPay is the top-rated payroll and HR software anywhere. Get 1 month free at onpay.com. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Atlanta Business Radio. We are proud to be delivering original interviews with Atlanta business leaders. And remember, this work would not be possible without the support of our sponsor, OnPay. So please support them so we can continue to share these important stories. Today on Atlanta Business Radio, we'll be talking with Chris Ionetz, and he is with Underground Strength and Wellness. Welcome, Chris.
Good morning.
Well, before we get too far into things, tell us about Underground Strength. How are you serving folks?
Well, currently serving folks out of Braselton, Georgia. We started the clinic, coincidentally, the day the pandemic was launched, unbeknownst to us. We have quite a few people coming in for hormone replacement therapy, as well as IV hydration. That seems to be pretty popular, especially with the COVID crisis going on right now. A lot of vitamin B12 and D injections, just people looking to boost their overall immune system and overall health.
And then it's the clinic typically, is it a male dominated, female? Is it open to anybody?
It's open to anybody. Typically, we have a lot more male patients because of the hormone replacement. The testosterone is geared more towards men. We do have quite a few women coming in, especially for the IV hydration and the B12. Again, the COVID kind of changed the entire business model, but it became very popular. People just looking to boost their overall, immune system and overall health.
But it also, if somebody's looking to go and maybe lose weight, or that's also some of the services you provide as well, or is it mostly kind of these injections and things like that?
The weight loss is also an injection with the HCG. We definitely do that. Unfortunately, during this crisis, there hasn't been a big focus on weight loss at this point. Our B12 injections do contain lipo, which is a fat burner, native or naturally. So you get the benefits of a little bit of fat burning with that B12 injection. It seems to be one of our most popular items at this point.
Now, what was the impetus to starting the clinic?
You see a lot of people in the gym that just have no real idea of why they're not, putting on muscle. They're not losing weight. Have sleep apnea. Libido is just becoming an issue with individuals. And we typically call that bro science. They're taking supplements, things that they, get from, different websites that they shouldn't be, injecting themselves with. So we wanted to create an atmosphere that was safe for people to come in, receive catered treatment directly, regarding their symptoms. We do blood work in-house, look at their overall health, what their objectives are, what are their underlying issues, and then we tailor a treatment plan directly for them. So we just wanted to provide a safe, healthy environment for people to come in.
And then is the client typically somebody who is that person that's been working out, they've been trying different things, and they're just frustrated by the lack of progress?
We're seeing that. We're also seeing, individuals over the age of 30 where your natural testosterone starts dropping to begin with. They're taking different supplements because of, certain libido issues, erectile dysfunction, gaining weight, and they're just frustrated. They can't seem to find resolve.
And then, so what made you say, okay, we're going to go this route rather than open a gym or do something that's more traditionally the way that people would attack these problems?
Well, because there's a lot of gyms around. There's very few clinics that actually will treat, low libido, will treat the actual testosterone deficiency that, men exhibit over the age of 30. So going to the gym and putting in the work, while that's great, it does increase your overall health. It still does not mitigate the underlying issue, which is low testosterone. So we, because of the lack of saturation in this market, that's what we wanted to focus on. So once we can address the underlying issue, then they can, go to the gym, start seeing, very quick results. They're not going to look like Hercules immediately, but they're definitely going to notice a big difference. And we are located 2 doors down from an Anytime Fitness. So it worked out beautifully. They come in, receive treatment, they walk 2 suites down, and they're inside of a gym.
So the business model, you'll be kind of, I don't want to say partnering, but you're a complementary service to a lot of the fitness centers.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We have very close working relationships with all the gyms, in the proximity, specifically with Anytime Fitness in Brazelton. The owner, Jeff, is, definitely an advocate for our services because he has a lot of his clients, that suffer from this. And while he can offer them certain oral supplements, he knows that does not resolve the underlying issue. So it's a referral process. He refers, his customers to us. We refer our patients over to him.
Now, that's a great tip for other business owners. How did you kind of decide to who to partner with and what complementary services are going to be effective where you can create those win-wins? So maybe you can share that for advice for business owners out there that have businesses that maybe they're not thinking about partnering with complementary service providers. Absolutely.
I mean, we all know that if you spend money in the community grows and thrives. If local businesses don't succeed, everybody in that local area seems to tank. So we were looking, for a location for several months, my partner and I, and we just happened to notice that 2 doors down from the Anytime Fitness that we both frequent, that became available. So that was perfect, timing, and we decided to jump on that. If you don't partner with local businesses and help everybody out, it's just a free for all and a win, it's a lose situation. So that's what we were looking for. And when the opportunity presented itself, we jumped on it.
Now, you mentioned the pandemic happening, kind of coinciding with your launch. Have you put, some of these safety measures in place in terms of keeping the clients separated and, maybe more cleaning than you initially thought of? What'd you put in place?
Absolutely. Luckily, we were able to procure all of our cleaning supplies and Purell, Clorox wipes before the pandemic. So we do have a surplus of all of this. Our exam rooms are isolated physically with walls. They don't have curtains between them that you see in some other locations. So it's a very clean, very safe environment. We do maintain social distancing of 6 feet. We have gloves, masks, everything to make the patient feel more comfortable. And we sanitize after each and every visit.
Now, walk me through what happens. If a client maybe gets referred by the fitness center, they come in, what does a typical, maybe the first experience look like for that new client?
All right. So the first thing that we need to do before we can cater treatment to a patient is to get blood work drawn. So we have them fill out their consent forms where they discuss, what are some of the underlying issues? What are they looking for? Most people don't even write that they want muscle growth. They define the underlying issues. So they meet with, our nurse practitioner, Amber Davis. She will discuss with them kind of what their goals are. They go in to they take out some blood. We get their blood work back, usually within 12 to 24 hours. Once we get the blood work back, we schedule them for a follow-up consultation, at which point, if they meet the criteria, then we go ahead and we start them on treatment.
Now, is the treatment a one-time thing, or is this something that they come back periodically?
This will be a weekly treatment. Somebody comes in for testosterone replacement. Testosterone has a half-life of 7 days before it breaks down into estrogen. So they'll come in, they receive a testosterone shot that's complemented with B12 already in the same vial, as well as HCG. They receive that once a week. It's $35 unless they're a military, firefighter, first responder, which we probably offer 10% off of all of our services.
And then on average, how quickly do they see results?
We're seeing results with people in that 4 to 5 week mark. So after their 4th and 5th injection, that's when they really start noticing a major increase, both in libido, energy. The fatigue seems to be a very big one. People get sleepy by 2 o'clock. They're drinking caffeinated drinks. They realize they don't need to do this anymore. They start noticing, fats burning off, and the time and effort they spend in the gym yields higher results and more productivity. They're seeing, their gains. And a lot of our patients are coming back and saying this brings them back to like their 19 to 21-year-old days.
And then how did you get involved with the medical side of this? Is that your background?
That is. Spent several years as a EMT lifeline, search and rescue in the military. So I've always had a passion, for medical and just helping individuals. This just seemed like the natural course of business to go ahead and move into. And then
I know it's new now, but have you seen anybody getting results that they're like, wow, this is really better than I thought it would be?
100% of our patients, we can proudly say. We have not had one patient that has not yielded positive results, and definitely champion the brand out on social media as well as bringing in referrals. This is very much a referral basis because of the stigma, and a lot of individuals don't want to admit the underlying issues. So that word of mouth, having, happy patients that are, seeing the results firsthand, and they're able to share their testimonies with their friends and colleagues. And that's what's bringing in business at this point.
And if somebody wanted to learn more and come in and check your guys out, is there a website?
Absolutely. It's www.underground-strength.com.
And then do you have plans? This is the first one. Do you have plans on maybe franchising or expanding?
We absolutely do. We've already entered into negotiations. There's a new 58,000 square foot facility being built by the Mall of Georgia. That's going to be home to the new Topgolf. So we're already looking at a second facility that should be going live in about 18 months at this point.
And then you might franchise? Is that, or are you planning on doing owner-operated facilities?
We plan on doing owner-operated at this point, but never know what the future holds.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for sharing your story today.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right. This is Lee Cantor. We will see you all next time on Atlanta Business Radio. And don't forget, we could not be sharing these stories without the help of our sponsor, OnPay. So please support them so we can continue to do this important work. This is Lee Cantor. We will see you all next time on Atlanta Business Radio.
Today's episode of Atlanta Business Radio is brought to you by OnPay. Built in Atlanta, OnPay is the top-rated payroll and HR software anywhere. Get 1 month free at onpay.com.